people are running around, they're drinking their coffee, they're eating in the car, they're in fight or flight mode. So their body's like, I don't have time to do any of that stuff, man. A tiger could jump out at any given moment and I got to be able to move. So basically, everything gets pushed through undigested. So undigested food rots in the gut. It's going to create a very high bacteria, high parasite environment. Because if you think about it, it has to get broken down somehow, you know? So it is a godsend that we have, you know, this bacteria that might be a bad thing and these parasites that might be a bad thing. But it's the same thing. If you threw a piece of bread outside, you know, what's going to happen to that bread? Well, first, the big critters are going to come, they're going to break it off and they're going to eat the big pieces. And then the smaller animals are going to come, the birds and stuff like that. But then even the ants are going to come through. God created this design to work. Outside is the way it works inside of our bodies. Stuff cannot just stay there. Things have to flow, things have to move, energy has to move in order to heal. So our body is going to be like, oh, well, all this bacteria and all these parasites that pass through. You can have the healthiest person and, you know, they're mindful. They're like, I'm going to eat. I'm going to take a couple deep breaths. I'm going to sit down. I'm going to eat this food. And then somebody else eat the exact same thing, but they're drinking coffee and watching TV. Well, one person's going to absorb all the vitamins and minerals. They're going to have energy. They're going to feel good. The other person's going to feel like absolute crap because not only do they not have enough stomach acid, they're not going to have the enzymes to break it down. And the same people could eat the same sushi that same evening. This person over here, those parasites are going to have food to munch on. They're going to like, hey, we got to hang out. And the other person, they're like, there's no food for me to eat. There's not a bunch of holes. I'm just going to get flushed out, you know? So really changing that lifestyle makes a huge difference in how often someone's going to have to clean house, you know, and the rest of their health. I mean, that person that's always eating in fight or flight, I mean, you are jacking up everything in your whole entire body system when you live that lifestyle. Is where the other person, it's like, they're good. They don't have to go to the doctor. They don't have the thyroid issues. They don't have that big Buddha belly all the time, even though they're eating healthy. And these people are eating the same things because their body's creating what it needs to do what it needs. So I think it's really important. It's not about everything that's going in. It's about how your body's handling it and your mindset, and making sure that you're calm during the day. That you breathe, all of that. So I think it's really important to know that the root cause of the parasites isn't always what's coming in and what you're exposed to, but it's like it's how you are treating your environment. It's your mindfulness. It's just calming down and slowing down.
Speaking of slowing down, I just had to pull up this photo as you're talking about this because that was me. I never stopped to even breathe, and I was always in fight or flight. People had warned me about that, and here's what happened to my gut. Let's just show everyone a picture. Let's be vulnerable. That is called leaky gut and stress.
Yep.
And also I was trying the keto diet and I was eating way too much fat and it didn't digest it wasn't digesting. And I was also eating a whole bunch of erythritol snacks and processed snacks because I was traveling for this job. And it was like a gut explosion, but I thought I was doing it right because, well, it's keto. So therefore it's okay to eat a lot of fat and my body would not digest it. And, but the first thing was fight or flight for me. It was fight or flight all the time. And we think that it's like, oh, we don't even know we're in fight or flight. We're just used to living like this our whole life that we don't even take 2 seconds to actually really look at how we're feeling. And when we actually get out of fight or flight, that might be once a year when we go on vacation. And you wonder why, again, we're the sickest we ever have been in this country.